Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. RetroBlasting, despite some rumors, has not slowed down or stopped. I had to spend the summer of 2025 saving and selling things to put money together for a once-in-a-lifetime trip that I just got back from. So my video production slowed down a little bit because I'm not a wealthy person and I had to sell stuff in order to get the money to do this thing. And I did the thing, and now patrons and a number of longtime supporters of the channel would like to see a video about that. So I'm scripting that video right now, and that should be coming down the pipeline hopefully in the next few weeks. But when I got home, there were some mystery boxes waiting for me. One of them is actually from Ray, and it was supposed to be part of the Christmas live stream, but somehow that parcel and I missed each other at the post office by hours. So that parcel's been sitting here waiting to get opened, but we've got 4 parcels here. 4 mystery boxes, wanted to open those, and I thought doing a video like this, which we haven't done a mystery box opening in a long time, it would be a good way for me to get back into the swing of things, doing videos, because I've got some big features that I've been working on for, well, a year now. I've got the Superpowers McFarlane postmortem coming up. That's all filmed except for my part of it. I'm working on a video about Top Gun versus Iron Eagle. I'm working on a video about the Toei Japanese Spider-Man TV show, the 70s. I've got this next Star Wars Follies coming up. There's a lot of stuff that I'm working on. And because I slowed down last year for the most part to focus on listing, selling, and shipping, I got to get back in this saddle and figure out a little bit about how to ride this horse again. And I thought a mystery box opening video would be a nice way to do that. So let's get started opening these packages. So we've got this one from Jody, and I've got 2 cameras set up here, but it might be a little weird, so I'm going to be cutting over on this corner every now and then. So just bear with me because it took me a while to set this up, and it's not perfect, but hopefully it will it'll do the job. All right, so what do we have here? We have from Jody. What does it say here? Oh, that is not a letter. Okay. Never cut toward yourself. I did it anyway. Well, you can see it now, right there. There you go. This appears to be one of those miniature dioramas that they came out with last year. I was not up to speed on those. Wasn't even aware that they had come out. I know there's a lot of people that really like the whole how small can we get, the details on something kind of thing. It's never really been like a huge draw for me as a buyer, as a collector. But I understand why some people, are into it. There we go. Okay. So this is the main gate. This is the main gate from Jurassic Park. It's got the miniature Explorer and the miniature Jeep going through the gate of Hammond's Jurassic Park. So very nice little diorama. Thank you, Jody, for sending this. This is from Jada Toys. That's right. So this is a Jada item. So I'm going to set this over here like that. That looks nice enough in the camera. I don't know if that's well lit enough, though. Probably not. Let me get a light. Now I'm starting to remember why I didn't do mystery box videos anymore, because lighting these things is a bitch, and I'm just not good at it. Anyway, all right. Raymond's package here. This is a big one that comes with instructions. Open this side. All right. What do we have here? Okay, got packing material. Uh-oh, there's one for Michael and one for Melinda. I guess I'll just open my card. And it says, Michael, it is a continued pleasure. Make sure I'm in the microphone. It is a continued pleasure to see how much you and RetroBlasting continue to evolve. It's also a continued pleasure to see what comes next. I'm truly privileged and happy to call you a friend. Thank you, Ray, and same to you. And it's my sincere hope that it continues to be so for a long time to come. Michael, please condition RetroBlasting in the way you always have, with knowledge, passion, and integrity. It's what makes you one of the best content creators around. Well, thank you, man. I really appreciate that. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I did, and I hope you did too. And so sorry that this is being opened so late. Okay, we'll leave Linda's envelope for later. Uh-oh, we got some crazy cool stuff in here. Okay, so this wrapped parcel is for Melinda, so I will set this aside for her. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I see some really cool stuff in here. All right, first we have a complete vintage cloud car. So it's a Kenner cloud car from the Empire Strikes Back line. Both canopies. I don't know where Ray finds this stuff. I will set that down right there so you can see that on the camera. And then we have a Bespin security guard. It's a tradition that Ray always sends along another vintage Kenner Bespin security guard. I'll put him on the cloud car. And then we have, wow, okay, so he sent vintage collection carded examples of Han and Luke and Stormtrooper from the Hasbro Vintage Collection. These are really, really cool looking. The photoshopping on the photos, I don't know what Hasbro is all about, photoshopping these images on the card backs. There's so many good production photos they could use, and they use these weird ones. So let me set this box to the side. Put this down here, and I'll set this box over here. And that way you can see these. I'll move Jurassic Park out of the way, and you can see Han and Luke Skywalker. Let's see if I can get that to, there we go. And then this will go right here. So those are actually quite nice. I'm the figures, meaning the photoshopping on the card art are a little weird, but Hasbro, what are you gonna do? Then we have yes, the Nicholas Meyer View from the Bridge book. I have the hardback edition of this, and I actually got Nick Meyer, the director of Star Trek II, to sign my copy, which was really neat. That happened at a small convention here in Atlanta about 2-3 years ago. So thank you for this. I love having a version that I can more easily flip through that doesn't have a dust cover and all that stuff on it. This is great. Thank you, sir. I will put that here. I know that the camera's not quite picking it up, but, you know, we're doing the best we can. Oh, he sent... I'll move these out of the way. He sent a vintage complete, it appears. Oh, no, it doesn't have... Oh, no, whoa. I spoke too soon. It has one of the two. It's a vintage Kenner speeder bike with Biker Scout. It has one of the two hard-to-find steering vane sort of flaps on the back. And I will... Let's see. Did I install that right? Yeah. I just have to lock it down. All right, well, I'm going to have to put this flap on later, even though I know how to do it, but it's just not working right now because it knows I'm on camera. All right, so we'll put this together. Okay, that's locked in. So now we have ourselves a vintage speeder bike and a biker scout to go with it. Thank you so much, Ray. Appreciate this a lot. And then we have... Okay, this is wild. All right, so this is a sealed book on record set for Star Trek, the motion picture, and it comes with 2 books on record. There's another one on the other side. Now, the funny part about this, I don't know, Ray, if you know this, but one of the read-along cassettes that I grew up with, I had obviously Star Wars, Empire, Return of the Jedi, but I also had Star Trek the motion picture. I don't have it anymore, but I had it as a child, and it's weird to see a different read-along set that's original stories from the motion picture era. I did not know that they made this, and the fact that it's sealed is amazing. So this is wild. It's also very timely. In fact, I think it's really appropriate that this mystery box didn't get opened until now, because I just received a rather substantial Star Trek the motion picture collectible. It was like a bucket list item for me. Long journey, finally, having a merchandiser make something that was satisfying for me and would satisfy my requirements. But that showed up. So having this add on to it is really cool. So I appreciate you sending this a lot. Thank you, Ray. I appreciate this a whole lot. I'm going to put this somewhere where it doesn't get messed up. Oh, you got to be kidding me. So, all right. First, he sent vintage video cassettes of the anime Cutie Honey, which I have not seen. But from everything that I've read, this show is a classic. So I guess I'll have to break out the VHS player at some point and watch these. I appreciate this, Ray. I'll set those right there for now. And then this is crazy. So he sent... Oh, man. Oh. Ray. What did you do, Ray? So I had a friend growing up. In the 90s, I had a Laserdisc player. But right before that, I had a friend in the 80s when I was living in Tennessee. His father had a CED player. And they were so cool because they were these huge, like, plastic, cartridges that you pushed into this machine with fake wood paneling on it, like an Atari 2600. And then you pulled the sleeve out, and the physical record-style disc was all analog. It stayed inside. And you could play, it was a movie. But what made these cool was not just the delivery system, but the way that they just did the artwork on them. So, like, this is Star Trek II on CED, which is so wild that you sent this one, Ray, because this is the one CED that we watched at my friend's house. His dad had all of them. Like, he had all these movies. But this is the one we decided to watch. And I'd already seen Star Trek II, so many times. But this is wild to have this back in my life like this. I haven't seen one of these in person. I've seen photos, and it's in such good shape. Because a lot of times, the labels on the front will get, a little scratched up or whatever. And on the back, too. But this is gorgeous. This is an absolutely gorgeous condition. And it's like staring at a ghost. Thank you so much for this, Ray. I really, really, really appreciate this. This is going to go on display somewhere. And he sent the CED for Star Trek 3, which my friend's father had. Now, CED didn't last very long. CED, it didn't last all the way through the Star Trek classic movies coming out. It didn't make it to the end of the 80s. CED was much like HD DVD in that way. It just didn't have, enough of a future. but the way that these things were, hard plastic, and the way they did the labels on the front, I think, and the way they always did the original poster art, in some ways, I find these to be so much more collectible than even laser discs in that regard, because laser disc sleeves were like LPs, they were cardboard, printed cardboard. These are far more permanent if you can get them in relatively good condition. And Star Trek 3 is the first Star Trek movie I saw in theaters. So, but this last one in the bottom of the box, holy crap. Okay, this, I did not expect this, and man, is this one in good shape. This is not Raiders of the Lost Ark. This is Raiders of the Lost Ark. Let me see if I can get it in camera over here. This is Raiders of the Lost Ark, the making of. And it's called Great Movie Stunts and the Making of Raiders of the Lost Ark. Now, I have this on video cassette because I had it in childhood on video cassette because I was that obsessed with Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark. And I watched that tape so many times. But I learned as an adult that this also came out on Laserdisc and CED. And I only learned that. I knew about the Laserdisc for a long time. I didn't know about the CED. And I was actually looking at these several months ago, but I wasn't buying anything because I was saving up for my trip. But this was the one that I thought was the coolest looking, and I really wanted this one. Now that I have this, Ray's going to send me down a rabbit hole, which means I'm going to end up buying Raiders on CED. I can't remember if Temple of Doom came out on CED or not, but Last Crusade wouldn't have because it was after CED kind of packed it in. But this might be the catalyst that sends me down the home video versioning rabbit hole for at least Raiders of the Lost Ark. But I mean, just look at that. Put it in here. Just look at that cover art. It's so good. Ray, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, that is Ray's overly generous mystery box. Sorry for throwing the box. Okay, now we've got two parcels here. We've got two parcels here from Evander. And I'm highly anticipating what's in these boxes. I don't know for sure, but I have this feeling that it's going to be something really, really cool. I think Evander was scheming. If I put my money on it right, I think Evander was scheming. So let me get this all down here. All right. Two boxes. What has Evander done? Oh my God. I now know exactly what Evander's done. I got parcels upon parcels in here. What is in this? It's a little piece of something there, and it's desert tan. I think I know what Evander did, and it couldn't be more appropriate given where I've just gotten back from. Let's get this open. Okay. Yep, I knew it. Okay, so I just got back from Egypt. Once in a lifetime trip. I say once in a lifetime because I got to go to Egypt with a very specific historian as the host, who is somebody I greatly admire. And of course, I return, and I think I said it on a live stream before I left. One of the pieces that I regret in adulthood not ever picking up, but I saw it in stores all the time. And again, it would have been somewhat random for me to pick it up because I'd never bought into that brand, but I wanted it for what it represented, and that is the Playmobil Great Pyramid of Egypt playset. And I think Evander has done something here. I think these are all. Oh my gosh! Yeah, look at this. It's the Playmobil Sphinx. It's the Playmobil Sphinx. I'll put that down in the. It's the Sphinx. Holy crap! Holy crap! Okay, so let's see. We got another section here. Yeah, look at the way that they Playmobil. Nobody tops Playmobil when it comes to the detail. I mean, just look at the detail there in the way they did the decals for the Egyptian engravings. Incredible. I mean, just look at the detail there that they did with the Egyptian engravings. I mean, it's just incredible how they do that. And I know it's just a decal, but the attention to detail. So now I'm sitting here looking at this bigger box, and I've still got stuff to pull out of that box, and I'm going, how much of this pyramid is actually extant? There's another piece. Is there anything else in this box? Uh-oh. Huh. Action figure packaging for somebody else that was used as padding for this. Smart. Okay, that piece appears to be the last piece that was in the box. All right, so now we have this to open. I don't want to damage this. God, I love that Sphinx. It's so cool. Really don't want to damage these parts. They've been very nicely protected. There's nothing worse than, you've been anticipating something, you finally find one in good condition. You get it in the mail, the seller did a good job packing it, and then somehow you mess it up, getting it out of the box. Okay. Now, Evander sent me, on the last live stream I was on, it might have been the Christmas one, I can't remember. Evander sent me one wall panel from the pyramid that he had sourced. Ooh, it's still got the trap. It's still got the trap door. There's like a trap door. So this is one major component, and you can see underneath. You can see underneath. There's this mechanism right here. That's got to activate another trapdoor. Okay, so now there's this main event box here, and I wonder if I'm gonna have to go over and grab the other wall panel, because sometimes Evander plans this stuff very precisely when he's out to surprise me. Whoever packed this box, they did a really good job. Whoever the seller was, they did a really, really good job. So let me get the components out of here. Alright, God, this thing is huge. Oh, this is where the Sphinx goes. Alright, I think this box is empty. So we'll throw that on the ground. I bet you in here is all the figures and stuff, so we'll get the structural stuff out first. Look at that. Look at that. This thing's going to be huge. I'll never forget seeing the box for this at Toys R Us in the Playmobil section. Rest in peace, Toys R Us. I would go there on my lunch hour just to, you know, look at stuff and relax. I never bought anything because I was, at the time I can't remember if I just started a corporate job and was starting to get money, or if I was still, you know, a poor newspaper reporter. But I would just go there and look at stuff. And I remember seeing this thing, because even though I never bought anything from the Lego or Playmobil areas, I would always go and look, because you never knew what these companies were coming out with next. That's where I ended up seeing that bank heist Playmobil set, and eventually did a video on it here on the channel. Good Lord. Okay, we got this. This is definitely the platform for the Sphinx. You can tell by the way it's shaped. Oh, it's got some kind of, oh, look at that. I'll put it here in the close-up. It's got some kind of key that opens the, that's neat. Okay. All right. This is such a cool gift to get after coming back from this literal location. I'm not going to click that on there yet, but I'll set it on there. Set him right there. He can tell us riddles while we, or ask us riddles while we open the rest of this. All right, here are what look like, these could be interior walls. Where did you get off that? You always have to be careful of tape on packaging. I've actually had it happen where the tape holding the bubble wrap on to protect the item ends up getting on the item, and then when you try and pull the tape off, if it's like a box or something, it messes everything up. Okay, where's the... Alright. I mean, look, this thing's gonna be awesome. And I just sold last year, I think late in the game, it might have been like in January, I just sold a playset that I didn't really ever want. I used it in a video and then I never had any emotional attachment to it. So I've got this hole in the display up there, right up there, and if this works out the way I think it does, this will take pride of place in that spot, and I'll finally have something Playmobil on display in the studio, which would be really cool, because I have a lot of respect for Playmobil. I really love the quality of their toys. I don't have a problem with the way the figures look. I know a lot of people do. But I think the reason a lot of people have a problem with the way the figures look is mainly because, if they were being honest, they know the vehicles and the playsets look so great that they wish that the more traditional action figure companies would put in the same amount of effort. And they don't. But, sadly, rather than earning or forming an appreciation for the Playmobil aesthetic, a lot of these guys, they just hand-wring about it, and they whinge, you know, about, oh, the Playmobil figures don't look the way I like. I wish they'd just make toys, you know, to go with Hasbro stuff. And it's like, you know, it's like the lamest complaint, because all these toy collectors, these adult collectors, you know, they remember the halcyon days of toy companies making good toys for children. And Playmobil is still doing that. They're making really great toys for kids. And all these adults can, you know, say when they see these amazing vehicles and stuff, you know, oh, but it doesn't go with my stuff. And it's like, well, it doesn't have to. It's not obligated to. It's its own toy line. It has the same pedigree as, you know, Lego. My argument is always show it some respect. But respect is short shrift on the internet these days. It's not really the default mode. All right, these are the base plates. So that's 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh, I think he really did. I think Evander. One of these is sitting over there. And this has 3, and we know a pyramid has 4 sides. So I think Evander forensically figured out how to get an entire pyramid. There might be some small parts missing, I don't know, but we will see. This guy packed this really well. Okay. So now we have our base plates. These huge base plates here. Alright. And we have one more box. And this is going to be, I think, figurines and all the accessories that would go into one of these sets. It has an R on it, so that means right. Oh yeah, okay. Look at this. This is some kind of, I'll put this down. This is some kind of tomb. God, Playmobil does such good work. Yep. These are tiny accessories. I actually don't want to necessarily break all these out yet, but I'll break out this one panel. There's a panel in there. And then you have things like, in here you've got, you know, the mummy wrappings, and you've got this statue of, I guess that's Anubis. It's either Anubis or not Set, but I'll think of it in a bit. You'd think I'd know this after just getting back, but I learned more about pharaohs and stuff than I did about gods and goddesses. But then again, Egypt had 2,000 gods and goddesses, so they made it hard for all of us to remember. All right, here are the figures. Ah, cool. There's like Egyptian guards and royalty, and then there's what look like grave robbers or something, which is awesome. So we got the left that goes to the right, and we've got the matching panel to this. So now we've got two of these. Oh, okay. So this would be the top of the pyramid. I'll show it to you down here. This would be the top of the pyramid, and the Greek chronicler and tourist Herodotus was one of the earliest foreigners to chronicle his visit to Egypt. And back then, the Great Pyramid at Giza, was still complete. And I would assume most of the pyramids were still complete. But traditionally, in Egyptian lore, there was this thing called the Benben stone. And these, I don't know if these were called Benben stones or just pyramidions that were the capstones on the top of the pyramids. But according to Herodotus, and possibly the Chronicles of Solon, who was before Herodotus, the pyramidion on top of the Great Pyramid was gold. It was either gold plated or solid gold. And I love the way that they've colored this one to kind of give off that impression. Even though this pyramid playset has taken a lot of liberties to give it that like maximum Egyptianness, I love the way that they've incorporated some of these details into this. I would expect no less from Playmobil. Okay, more interior wall decor and engravings. Here's another one. And this is a staircase, I assume, of some kind. It goes somewhere on the pyramid. Ooh, we got camels. Camels and accessories and treasures. And we have... Okay, we got a panel here. This panel has a switch on the back. That's gonna do something. And then we have another wall panel. And what's this? That's something. I don't know what, but that's something. It's got a mechanism in it too. It's a button. This is probably, yeah, this is the piece that the Benben stone will sit on. And then another staircase. This one has a hinge on it, so that's probably going to do something dastardly. Another piece. We have the other half of the. We have a mummy with the skeleton inside. And I thought there was one more piece. We have a ramp. Now, what I'm not seeing a number of pieces. So there's pieces that go in that fill in all these holes. So it looks like I'm gonna have to source those. Oh, there's a little scorpion here. And that's, oop. Oh, this bag's open. Okay. So more than likely, I'm gonna have to source a lot of those parts, which is probably what happened. This guy was probably selling a largely complete pyramid, and Evander knows how resourceful I am at finding the rest of the parts. So what I'll do now is I will figure out how to put this thing together if I can, and then we'll see where we are. So stand by. Well, I figured after I put it all together, I needed a change of hat. Just felt more appropriate, you know? I'm blown away, Evander. I cannot thank you enough for this immensely generous surprise and gift that really will mean a lot to me coming back from Egypt, because I didn't buy myself anything while I was over there. I didn't get any keepsakes for myself, no souvenirs. Part of that was because there was nothing that really jumped out at me. I didn't really want to get something that you can just go get on Amazon, which is what a lot of that stuff is now. And that's the Egyptians saying that, you know, warning you. So I kind of came back with the memories, the photos, a small keepsake from a dear friend that I made on the trip. And that's really about it. The clothes on my back, pretty much. So this means a lot, Evander. Like this, and then, you know, coupling that with this, you know, from Ray, because this right here was what started my obsession with Egypt to begin with, and led me down that path was this movie. So this is immensely generous. I'm blown away, and I'm also thrilled that I now have this. Yes, it is missing a number of pieces, but there's all this other stuff with it. Like the Sphinx was its own set. It wasn't with the pyramid. So I have the Sphinx now with the Great Pyramid. There's a set that came with a camel apparently that was roped into this. So I've got great pieces that I just need to, you know, find, you know, some extra bits for. The pyramid, it's got those wall bits on all the sides that I've got to find. I'll track those down. The Sphinx has some tree stuff. Like I need some tree trunks and things like that. I'm pretty sure I can find all that stuff though. It's just a matter of time. But even with that, this thing already displays exactly the way that I would, you know, be satisfied with. So I think I've got room up there. I don't know if I have room for the Sphinx as well, but I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna get that stuff up on display here in the next few days. But everybody, thank you so much for the mystery boxes. To the rest of you, thank you for your patience while I worked through all this. I'm back. I'm filming. Videos are on the way. And it should be a good 2026 here at the channel. So thanks for your continued enthusiasm, your continued support, and I'll be seeing you very soon on the next video.